Welcome back to our experiment for the 2023 High Altitude Balloon Challenge. We are the James Valley Composite Squadron ND031. I am Cadet Senior Airman Salazar.
I'm Cadet Airman First Class Tweeton.
I'm Cadet Airman Basic Rosen.
I'm Cadet Airman Basic Watson.
And I am Cadet Airman Rosen. As explained in the pre-launch video, our experiment was testing to see if the red triage radiation dosimeter detection badge would detect radiation when reaching the maximum altitude during the launch. Our hypothesis was that the experiment would return with a clear indication of radiation portrayed on the badge. Our experiment was launched from Indiana and reached an altitude of 100,318 feet traveling in Balloon B.
After examining the results, we viewed our experiment under both blacklight as well as standard lighting and found that, contrary to our hypothesis, there had been no indication of measurable levels of radiation. After researching several variables as to why our experiment did not behave as we expected, our conclusion was that it was not exposed to a high enough altitude to detect measurable doses of radiation. In addition to this, the experiment was not exposed for a long enough duration of time due to 1 hour of exposure being needed for any noticeable changes to be made.
Our capsule, along with many others, was sent to 100,318 feet, or approximately 30 kilometers above the surface of the Earth, not above the ozone layer, which stretches from 15 to 35 kilometers above the Earth. The ozone layer blocks most radiation, minimizing the amount of radiation that could reach our experiment. Our experiment was exposed to a maximum of 40 millisieverts per hour of radiation, but the dose was not measurable by our test strip, which only reacts to radiation doses of 50 millisieverts per hour and higher.
Another important factor in our experiment not performing according to our hypothesis was the duration that it was present to the maximum amount of radiation within the stratosphere. 1 hour exposed to 50 millisieverts an hour is needed to produce any detectable change of color on the dosimeter detection strip. Our experiment was not exposed to the maximum level of radiation for a long enough duration of time and therefore did not display any reaction.
Although our hypothesis proved incorrect, in an experiment, any results are good results, and we definitely learned from the outcome. This program gave us the opportunity to learn and grow as a team, both through improving our knowledge on the science behind our experiment and learning how to work together. Through this challenge, we learned to value each other's strengths and overcome the various obstacles we faced, together as a team. Despite entering this challenge later than expected, we were glad to take part in it and produce a full experiment and hypothesis.
Our squadron entered this challenge very late. Even so, the cadets were willing to go above and beyond and were willing to meet together many extra times some weeks, learn how to use a video editor, and overall performed admirably, all to finish our experiment in time to enter by the deadline. Thank you for coming along with us on this journey, and I hope you learned something and had a great time.